To start with the classes, I would like to create a new project. I click on the new project. I select Scala and idea and then click next. Just write classes tutorial. Click finish. I click on the source and right click. I click on Scala class. I create an object. I name the object like first class. And then to make this object runnable, I write extends app. And now app should be big. And now the class is runnable. So if I write println, the first class is now runnable, we should be able to see an output message on the screen. So run first class, and we can see the first class is now runnable. This was a quick recap for how to create a new class and actually how to make the object runnable in a Scala. But what are classes? Classes are equal representations to the objects which we have in real world. So for example, car is a class, and in programming language also we would like to use classes because we require to define some data structures, and also we would like to simulate some behaviors. So I write that classes are like real objects, and basically we use classes to simulate data and behavior. So let me define a class. For defining a class, I can use the class keyword, and for example I would like to define a class car, and this class doesn't have an input arguments, but it should have a body. In the body we can define the features. Here first we require to define the features or properties, features or properties of the class. It's like, suppose that a car has doors, it has the engine and so on, and the behaviors are like driving or stopping. These are the behaviors of the car, and the features of properties are like doors and so on. So in Scala we can define features like variables. Here we are referring to data structures. So for example, a car can have the number of doors. Number of doors is can be a property of the class, and this we can receive this through an input argument like number of doors here, and it can have like a data type of double, for example, or integer, because cannot be a double number. So I can say I can define this class. Okay, now the number of doors, this class receives x as the input, and actually this x should be passed when defining this class, and this number of doors is like the property of this class. We can also define other properties inside, like for example I can define like a property named engine type. For example, it should be a type of a string, and I would like to define function like drive, and just an empty function which is the returning type of unit, and the definition is like println the car is driving. So this class has this property, and it has like a behavior. We have defined it here, and I would like to define this class. This is just the definition of the class. Okay, now let me define the exact definition or instantiation of this class. So for doing that, here outside of the class body I write val like custom car or my car doesn't matter. And then I can use the new keyword just to define new example of the car. I use the car, and then this car can have 2 doors, and the name can be like BMW engine. So now we have a class. To see if I can access the properties of this class, let me try to write custom car, and here I would like to access the number of doors. Of course it's possible, but if I try to access like custom car, then I write engine type. I can't see an engine type because this engine type is not like a property of the class. To make it a property of the class, either I need to define another line of code here telling that, for example, val engine type equals to like engine type, something like this. It can't be the same name, so I use different name like engine type. But of course we could also write here val engine type, and now it should be part of the class. So if I write engine type, I can access this property of the class. Also it's possible to access the behavior of the class. So for example, a car can drive, and of course we can access this drive function. If I save and then click run first class, we should see the values printed here. So we have the value 2 printed, we have the BMW engine, and the car is driving.